You ever wonder if a pet can be too affectionate? Well, today, we're going to find out. We are diving deep into the world of the Burmese cat. Is this gorgeous creature the perfect cuddly companion, or is it a clingy cat that's going to be way more than you can handle? Okay, let's just cut right to the chase with one really important question. Seriously, your answer to this pretty much tells you everything you need to know. The question is this: are you looking for a cat that's, well, basically a puppy? And you know what? For a lot of people, the answer is a huge yes. I mean, this quote right here, it just says it all. She is just the most amazing, cuddly little thing. That's the dream, right? Not some standoffish, aloof cat, but one that actually wants to be with you, to cuddle with you. It's like that cat you always wished for when you were a kid. All right, so let's kick things off with all the amazing stuff. Let's talk about that incredible charm, that personality that makes everyone just fall in love with these cats. So when people call the Burmese a puppy cat, they are not kidding. It is the perfect description. They're just so incredibly friendly. They don't just tolerate people, they thrive on human contact. I mean, we are talking about a cat that will literally roll over and let you pet their belly. A cat that's purring pretty much all the time. They just kind of melt right into you. It's amazing. And this need for connection, oh, it's deep. They don't just want to hang out in the same room as you. No. They want to be on you. Picture this. You and someone else are sitting on the couch. That Burmese is going to squeeze itself right into that tiny space between you just so it can be touching both of you at the same time. That's who they are. Okay, and there's always a but, isn't there? That incredible love of affection, it comes with a catch. For all that love they give you, they expect it right back. And that, well, that brings us to the other side of the coin. And this right here is the absolute core of it. It's a deal. It's a two-way street. A Burmese will absolutely flood your life with love and comfort and joy. But in return, it needs that exact same level of devotion from you. So that brings us to maybe the single most important thing you have to think about if you're considering a Burmese. This is not, and I repeat, not a cat that can be left alone for long periods. If you work long hours, if you travel a lot, you really, really need to understand what happens when they're on their own. Because for a Burmese, being alone isn't just, boring. It's genuinely stressful for them. Look at this breakdown here. We're talking about real emotional problems, stress, anxiety. They can even get depressed. They're just not built to be solitary animals. And what happens when a cat gets that stressed out? Well, that distress has to go somewhere, and it usually turns into, destructive behavior. A lonely Burmese might start chewing on things, just like a puppy would. Your shoes, your clothes, you name it. And the howling. Oh man, they can howl and howl, even at 3 in the morning, just to let you know how miserable they are. So, what does this actually look like day to day? What's it like to live with this intense, four-legged shadow? Let me tell you, it's inexperience. Yeah, you better prepare yourself for a stalker, and I mean that in the sweetest way possible, but they will follow you everywhere. You get up to go to the kitchen, they're your little shadow. You go to the bathroom and close the door, guess who's sitting right on the other side, just waiting for you to come out. And forget about personal space. A closed door to a Burmese, that's like a declaration of war. This quote says it all. If you close the bedroom door, she's going to be howling and jumping at it. They are not having it. They have to be with their person, period. Just to give you a little context, let's compare them to, say, a Russian blue. A Russian blue is going to be way more independent, more chill. The Burmese, it's the complete opposite. They are extremely needy, and this can even cause issues in the family. They can get really jealous, especially with kids. They might not be as patient with a grabby toddler as a more laid-back cat would be. Okay, so moving on from their personality a bit, let's talk about some of the practical stuff. Care, characteristics, and this amazing nickname they have. Now, the good news here is that grooming is super easy. Their fur is so fine and silky, you barely have to brush it. But there are a couple little quirks to keep in mind. They can sometimes have not so great breath, and their eyes can get a little gunky, so you might need to wipe them every so often. No big deal. Okay, you have got to hear this nickname. Burmese are often called bricks wrapped in silk, and it is the most perfect description ever. Because when you go to pick one up, you're always surprised by how heavy and solid they are. They're pure muscle, that's the brick, but then their coat is just unbelievably soft and fine. That's the silk. It's such a cool combination. So we've seen both sides, right? the incredible cuddly companion, and the super clingy cat, which brings us right back to where we started. Is this your dream cat? Let's break it down. A Burmese is for you if you're home a lot, like maybe you work from home or you're retired. It's for you if you really want that intense, physical, always in your lap kind of bond. And you've got to have the emotional energy for a companion that is genuinely needy. And if you do work full-time, getting a second cat to keep them company is pretty much a must. At the end of the day, it's a trade-off, plain and simple. What you give is what you get. You give your time, your attention, your devotion, and in return, you get this bottomless well of love, joy, and comfort. Honestly, there's nothing else quite like it. So it all boils down to this one question. It's a simple question, but the answer is everything. This cat will give you an immense amount of love, an incredible amount. The only question left is, can you give it back?